A toast, a toast. Why, hello there, my mostly self-isolated friends, and welcome to a very special episode of The High Notes, our weekly live stream featuring updates, interviews, and more from Opera Orlando. Oh, thank you. Oh, you're too kind. Oh, well, and thank you, fair gesture. Thank you very much for that. I'm your host, Gabriel Preisser, broadcasting live from the intimate setting of my dining room. And today is our virtual mini-gala. I know. I can barely contain my excitement as well. And I know what you're thinking, but no, this is not my COVID-19 mask. You're welcome. Thank you. Tomorrow, May 16th, would have been our 5th annual gala, celebrating the end of our 2019-20 season. And even though we had to postpone that event, we couldn't resist the excuse to throw a little virtual party, and my tuxedo was just dying to get out of the closet. Now, if you dressed up as well, we would love to see what you're wearing. Hey, even if in your pajamas, take a selfie, post it in our comments. Thank you for joining us and celebrating the 19-20 season with us. We are 5 years young at Opera Orlando, and the 2019-20 season was to be our most ambitious season yet, with 8 total productions. We made it more than halfway there, with 5 of those productions coming to pass, along with several other events. The season kicked off with Opera on Park, our summer concert series, followed by 6 of 8, or The 6 Wives of Henry VIII at Casa Felice, with a little West Side Story pre-show thrown in there for good measure, a sold-out run of The Marriage of Figaro at the Pew Theater at Dr. Phillips Center, a touring production from coast to coast, the Florida coast, that is, of Amal and the Night Visitors, an Orlando premiere of All Is Calm, also at the Pew Theater, and of course, The Girl of the Golden West at Cheyenne Saloon and Ceviche Ballroom. Now, we have put together a little highlight reel from the 2019-20 season and hope you enjoy this little walk down memory lane. Enjoy! Fun times indeed. Such wonderful memories from the 2019-20 season. Now, as I mentioned, we did have to postpone our gala this year because of the COVID-19 pandemic. And I tell you, no one took it harder than our gala host, Scott Maxwell, taking names columnist for the Orlando Sentinel. He was already planning and scheming on how to top his past gala appearances as an Italian minstrel, and of course, as a Klingon from 2 galas ago. I think we have some photos of that. Oh my word, that is quite a wig there, Scott. I don't know who that guy is next to you. Anyway, he will be joining us for the rescheduled event on October 9th, assuming we are able to put it on, and that we will be back at the Al Fondin for that event. Quick shout out to the Al Fondin for being so understanding during these crazy times and always so great to work with. Hey to our friends at the Al Fondin. Not to be outdone, Scott did send us a little video to share with you all today, so I'm going to let him take it away. Here we go, Scott.
Oh, hello. I'm Scott Maxwell, a columnist with the Orlando Sentinel, and I like to think of myself as sort of a sophisticated voice of culture in high society in Central Florida. Mom! Stop making noise! I'm trying to do a video for the opera! I'm sophisticated! So sorry about that. Where was I? Oh yes, I'm sorry we had to cancel this year's gala in May through no fault of our own, but the wonderful news is that we have already rescheduled it for October 9th and once again at the lovely Al Fondin. Once again, we'll also have all the great music you've come to expect for a wonderfully worthy cause. So please, join me for a night of delicious food, exquisite music, and of course, high society. Yeah! No, I'm all done! I'll come clean up my room.
Thank you, Scott. You know, your mother sounds like a real gem, as are you, my friend, for doing that little video for us. I've never quite seen you like that before. Couldn't resist. Sorry, Scott. Thank you so much for doing that video. Impressive boxer shorts. Thank you for sharing, or should I say oversharing. Now, we look forward to seeing Scott in person and having him host us in October. Someone else who would have joined us for a gala this year was going to be the lovely Abigail Rethwisch. Abby is a rising opera star, having sung with Santa Fe Opera, Dallas Opera, Utah Opera, among others. And she will be making her Opera Orlando main stage debut as Rosalinda in Die Fledermaus next season. We are excited to have her join us on the program today. And just to set the party tone, as it were, we were able to snag this video of Abby singing Adele's Laughing Song from Die Fledermaus with Utah Opera. Enjoy. Oh, I think I need my mask for this one.
Just look at me, and you will see there's more than meets the eye. Where a lady's been, where a lady's seen, applause that never lie. Would I be at home in this room, if I were at home with a broom? The way I lift an eyebrow is typically highbrow. But chimney no could have so much to show. What chimney no could have so much to show. You might as well admit, Marquis, you owe me an apology. It's too funny. Please excuse me. I can't help it. You amuse me. It's too funny. Please excuse me.
Stunning vocals there by Abigail Rethwisch. As I said, we are so excited to have her on the program today. Without further ado, please help me welcome soprano Abigail Rethwisch. Wow, she's really with us. There she is. You see her? There she is. I know. Abby, how are you? How are you doing? Can you hear us okay?
Hey, y'all. Yeah, I can hear you loud and clear. I'm well, thanks. How are you, Gabe?
Hanging in there, hanging in there. We are so happy that you could join us. First and foremost, where are you and how are you?
I am coming to you from Phoenix, Arizona, where it's nice and sunny.
Wow.
And I'm doing well. I'm staying healthy, going a little stir crazy, but trying to stay productive.
As we all are, I'm sure. Hopefully they'll let us outside here soon, though. Don't worry, don't give up. Last time we saw each other was in Salt Lake City. You were taking on the role of Anna Sorensen in Silent Night with Utah Opera, which you just sang deliciously. It was absolutely gorgeous. Tell us a little bit about where you were before that, though. Our audience would love to get to know you a little bit.
Yeah, so this season I've been an artist in residence with Fort Worth Opera. So I was living in Fort Worth, doing concerts, donor events, all kinds of things. And I was supposed to be covering the role of Rosalinda in Fort Worth Opera's production of Die Fledermaus,
Oh my
which was
gosh.
unfortunately canceled. But it's perfect that I was studying this role for the last
Right.
few months, and I'm ready to go in October and November.
Exactly. We're so excited to have you here for your Orlando debut to sing Rosalinda. We just saw a clip of you singing Adele. It's basically you've almost done all the female roles in Fledermaus. Well, I mean, what other roles are there, right?
Well, yeah, right. Though, one thing that I've done that we didn't mention is I have played French horn. I played second horn
What?
when I was an undergrad in Die Fledermaus. So I think
Oh my
now
gosh.
my goal should be, after singing Rosalinda, I need to play first horn at some point.
Right. Or and take on the role of Eisenstein while you're at it, right?
Hey, why not?
There you go. Now,
I'll cover you in this production.
Oh, somebody needs to. Please. Now, this will be your Orlando debut, but not your Florida debut. If I remember correctly, you went to Florida State University, a fellow Seminole.
Go Noles! I did. I got my master's degree a couple years ago there at FSU.
Well, that's fabulous. I remember the first time we met at Simpson College. You were at Simpson College, and I was an apprentice at Des Moines Metro Opera. I think I might have planted that seed about the program there at Florida State. What a wonderful program that they have.
Oh, you sure did, and I remember it well. You telling me all about the FSU program, and that's really what convinced me to apply. So I can thank you for all of this.
I don't know about that. I think you deserve all the credit, Abby, with your amazing talent. It's just so wonderful to see it come full circle and to have you to be a part of our season next season. And I'm so sorry you couldn't be part of our gala, but we did ask you to record something for our little virtual mini-gala today. So not to put you on the spot too much, but can we go ahead and share that recording with our audience?
Please.
So this is Abby singing the Czardas from Die Fledermaus, Rosalinda's aria, perhaps one of the most challenging arias in the repertoire, either opera or operetta repertoire. And she had to do it from the privacy of her own home, got a friend of hers to do the track. So in quarantine, here is the Czardas.
skies. Homeland, I love and reveal, where sunlight is golden and clear, where green forest tower and fields are in bloom. Homeland, that I love and reveal. Never, never your image will fade from my memory. Your beloved name. Whenever as long years go by, to you my thoughts will fly till the day I die. Homeland, I love and reveal, where sunlight is golden and clear, where green forest tower and fields are in bloom. Homeland, that I love and reveal. Fiery evening sky, spirits are soaring high, breath all gathered round, hear the charter sound. Lovely gypsy girl, go dance a merry whirl, child of Romany, give your heart to me. Lads and lasses, lift your glasses, pass the bottles, pass the porters, pass from hand to hand. Drown your sorrow till tomorrow. Raise the toast to otherness. Fiery evening sky, spirits are soaring high, breath all gathered round, hear the charter sound. La la la,
Oh, yay! And I'm still dancing. We're still dancing over here. Wow. Whoa! La 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 la. Abby, that is just so stunning. Thank you for recording that for us, sharing that with us. Gosh, you'll be in town in October for Fledermaus, and we've rescheduled the gala for October 9th. What do you say? Do you mind joining us for our gala in October since you'll already be here?
Oh my gosh, another excuse to dress up and to have a good time? Of course.
Oh, and speaking of dress up, I love your dress. I don't know if you can show it off, maybe stand up and show everybody your lovely dress there. I would stand up, but I don't think you want to see my bottom half.
Got some beads. Uh-oh.
Yeah, there it is again. Too much information. I'm sorry. Well, we have so much to celebrate from our 2019-20 season, some wonderful productions. It was the Orlando premiere of All Is Calm, of course. We were able to have free performances for veterans, which is...
Somebody say All Is Calm?
Oh my gosh, is someone there with you? Abby, who is that guy?
Yeah.
Who is this?
Oh, it's me. Sorry. It's me, Brandon Morales.
Oh my gosh!
Members of All Is Calm.
Brandon, I didn't recognize you with your mask on. Of course, one of our fabulous ensemble members from All Is Calm, one of our 9 soldiers. How are you, my friend? Welcome to the show.
Great. Thank you for having me and just having a good time here in Phoenix.
Yeah, you just happened. Yeah, exactly. I remember now that you live in Phoenix. Well, tell us a little bit. What was one of your favorite moments of All Is Calm, if you don't mind?
Oh, of course. I think it would have to have been the Auld Lang Syne. Funny enough, I've never sung that song a lot in my life, but performing it with 8 other guys, a cappella was incredibly challenging, and incredibly rewarding. It was pretty amazing. Another great thing about that production was we knew it would be a powerful piece, but we have to thank you for inviting all the veterans that came out to the show. It was so moving to have them in the audience and to have their responses afterwards and their reactions.
It really was even more gratifying than we ever could have anticipated. The talkback sessions that we had after each performance, during those the veterans would share their stories, and it got so emotional. Sometimes we might take that for granted, how powerful the arts can be and what an impact they can make. I love that you mentioned Auld Lang Syne. What was so beautiful when you guys did the encore of Auld Lang Syne, the audience, they stood up, and those soldiers, those veterans, or even if they weren't veterans, everyone was singing along with you. And it really, again, the power of the arts, the power of community came through at that moment. Well, so good to see you. And speaking of, speaking of favorite memories, we put together a little video of some of our audience members, board members, staff members sharing their favorite memories from the 2019-20 season. What do you guys think? Should we show that to everybody?
Yeah.
They're like, do I have a choice? You don't have a choice. We're going to watch it no matter what. Here we go. Here's the video.
My favorite moment from the 1920 season has to be the Act 2 finale of Marriage of Figaro. At the end of that scene, basically Marcellina, Basilio, and Bartolo got into a gigantic brawl with Figaro, Susanna, and the Countess, which was hilariously staged. And every time we finished that scene, I would run off stage just laughing. We had so much fun, so that definitely has to be one of my favorite memories of the season.
And my highlight of the 2019-2020 season has got to be All Is Calm. While I was familiar with the story, I was very moved by this production, and I loved the theater and around setting. It was definitely my highlight of the season.
I have so many favorite moments from this past season. Watching the snow fall and listening to Silent Night in all different languages in All Is Calm. Accompanying and playing for Girl of the Golden West, which was so much fun to play in those on-site venues. And finally, watching the youth company, in spite of our production because of COVID, watching these young singers get excited about preparing and sharing a song that they're going to sing for their upcoming showcase.
My favorite part of the 2019-2020 season was the first performance of All Is Calm, which was about the Christmas truce of World War I. The performance was exclusively for veterans, so it was a great way for us to give back to those who served.
Share with you what my favorite part of working with the Opera Orlando this past season was. I was honored to be the chef that was chosen by patrons to be in their homes and provide an incredible meal that was accompanied by incredible singing by Emmy Award winning Gabe Preisser. And I know that's embarrassing for him, but we're super honored that he won that. And it was really my favorite part of the year.
My favorite moment of the 1920 season was figuring out the snowy production magic in All Is Calm. It was super fun to tech and always looked magical during the performances.
My favorite moment of the season was singing my baby to sleep in Girl of the Golden West at the beautiful Cheyenne Saloon and Ceviche Ballroom.
My favorite moment from the 2019-2020 Opera Orlando season undoubtedly has to be All Is Calm. I was invited as a veteran to see this performance free of charge and was able to attend this in a very intimate setting at the Broadway Church downtown.
One of my favorite parts of the 2019-20 season definitely had to be when I made my grand entrance as Minnie, Girl of the Golden West, fired off that shot, slung that rifle on my shoulder. What's going on here? Yeah, that was totally fun.
My favorite part this season was working with some fabulous singers at Windermere Prep High School and getting to perform alongside them in the drinking song from La Traviata, accompanied by Maestro Giusti.
My favorite part of the 2019-20 season was the Girl of the Golden West at Cheyenne Saloon and Ceviche at Church Street Station in downtown Orlando. I could not think of a better venue for the beautiful Puccini opera, The Girl of the Golden West, than the historic Cheyenne Saloon. And having the audience there on the floor in the middle of all the action made it a truly immersive experience and one I will never forget.
I have always marveled at the creative style of performance at the Dr. Phillips, the Casa Feliz, and the Saloon for the Girl of the Golden West. But the gathering I've enjoyed most has been here at my own home.
My favorite part of the 2019-2020 season was Girl of the Golden West. And no, it wasn't because I played a typecast character named Handsome. It was actually because of the wonderful venue, the Cheyenne Saloon and Opera House, the beautiful costumes, the interaction we were able to have with the audience, going back and forth between different actual sets, but also because the cast was so absolutely and phenomenally talented.
So I played the role of Barbarina in The Marriage of Figaro, and of course Gabe played Figaro. And there was a scene where Barbarina sings her aria, and then Figaro comes up behind her and scares the daylight out of her. So when we did that in rehearsal, it ended up being incredibly real, where I had no idea that Gabe was gonna come up to me and shake me from behind and yell boogity 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 right in my ear, and I let out this shriek that everybody thought, somebody was being murdered.
Hey, all dressed up here for Opera Orlando's virtual mini-gala. One of the things I won't do for Gabe Preisser, huh? Well, we're here because we can't have a real gala, given the current situation, but our virtual mini-gala, we want to celebrate the last season, and I'm thinking about the 6 productions that we did do, even though the season was cut short. And one of my favorite moments, I think, from last season was during a production of 6 of 8, which was the musical story of the wives of King Henry VIII. Great performance. We had done it at the Fringe Festival the season before last, and it won the Best Musical Show at the Fringe. We put it on again last season at Casa Feliz, the beautiful facility in Winter Park. It was a great success. Audiences loved it there too. So this was really my favorite part. These stunning voices blended in harmony on these gorgeous Renaissance vocal pieces of music, and it was just beautiful. And I think that was one of my absolute favorite parts of the season, was hearing those great singers blend their voices in harmony in these wonderful songs. Now, next season is coming up, and we hope sometime soon again we'll be able to say to you, we'll see you at the opera.
So great to relive these moments and see faces of our board members, staff members, singers, and fans. Anna Eschbach, I'm so sorry. I did not mean to scare you that bad. Please include your favorite memory in the comments. Let us know what you enjoyed most from this season. We are so fortunate at Opera Orlando to have such wonderful supporters and fans, all of you out there. And it is because of you that I know we will pull through these crazy, unprecedented times. A special shout out to Frank and Mary Doherty, who would have been our guest of honor at the gala this year. They have been such tremendous supporters over the years, and we look forward to honoring them in person come October. We found a fun picture of Mary and Frank from The Girl of the Golden West, and of course they had to attend in costume. If I remember correctly, I believe that they won the costume competition. So I'm going to get Abby and Brandon back on here with us. We're going to do some toasts. So grab your champagne glass, your wine glass, or your sippy cup, whatever you got. I got my bottle. I got to open my champagne here. Hold on a second. Oh, I'm opening it. Here it comes. And oh, there it goes. I got good. Oh, it's bubbling. Yeah, it's bubbling. I'm going to pour some here.
To Frank and Mary for housing me and giving me a place to stay during all the calm. So thank you guys.
Aren't they just amazing people? Unbelievable. So I'm going to pour for you guys. Let's see how this goes. All right. There you go, Abby. There you go, Brandon. I hope I did that right. That should have worked. Check your glasses.
Oh my gosh, it worked.
It's amazing. It's amazing. All right, a toast to Mary and Frank Doherty. Bottoms up. And a toast to all of our supporters, all of our fans, our season sponsors, Fairwinds Credit Union, Orlando Health, Sundance Printing and Marketing, Managed Services Group, Ginsberg Family Foundation, among many, many others. They're all over here on our little banner. Another toast for them. There we go. Whoop. Wow, this Sprite is very strong. And finally, a toast to the 2019-20 season, the great memories, and looking forward to next season, whenever that may be. One final cheers. Wow, guys. Many thanks to Abby and Brandon for joining us today. Guys, you were a delight. Abby, such wonderful talent. We can't wait to have you in Orlando. And Brandon, can't wait to have you back, my friend. Any last words before we send you guys off?
It's just so great to be with all of you today. Please stay safe and healthy, and I can't wait to be back in Orlando soon.
Wonderful. Brandon, what about you, my friend? You guys stay safe out there, okay?
Will do. Thank you so much, and we'll do what we can out here.
All right, well, let's hear it for Brandon and Abby. Take care, my friends. Oh, they love you here. They love you here in Orlando. Brandon, Abby. There we go. Well, let me give you a little rundown of what is coming up online in the arts. Tonight, the Metropolitan Opera continues their nightly streams with Lucia di Lammermoor. And Opera Orlando is honored to do a virtual prelude talk at 6:30 p.m. Myself and Gabriel Preisser, our newly named artistic director, he'll be joining us. So tune back into the same Facebook page at 6:30 p.m. tonight for a prelude talk for Lucia di Lammermoor. And I should say the production features the incomparable, the one and only Dame Joan Sutherland. So it's a great production to watch if you're free tonight. Phantasmagoria, they continue their weekly streams on Sundays at 8 p.m., including fire dancing and more. The Orlando Philharmonic Orchestra, our artistic partner out there, continues their Soundbite series via their Facebook page. Tim McClure Arts Foundation are doing weekly streams tonight, Friday nights at 7:30, and Sundays at 7:30 p.m. And the Orlando Ballet Company and School are posting live training sessions for all ages called Be Moved. Now make sure that you save the date for our Youth Company virtual showcase on Friday, May 29th at 12 p.m. right here on our Facebook page. This will also serve as a fundraiser for our partner, Orlando Health, here locally. Speaking of which, we are excited to welcome guests from Orlando Health and the Maker Effect Foundation on our program next week to talk about their work during the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic. We'll also check in with Sarah Purser and Anna Eschbach, I promise I won't scare you, Anna, who have been keeping busy with online masterclasses for Orange County students. Looking forward to learning about that and seeing some highlights of that. A little reminder that season tickets for the 2020-21 Opera on the Main Stage series at Dr. Phillips Center are on sale now. Get early bird pricing and save up to $40 on all three productions, Die Fledermaus, Hansel and Gretel, and Carmen. That's right, Handel got it right. Now, to close us out today, we wanted to share the hilarious Act 4 finale of The Marriage of Figaro from our production earlier this season. Featuring a familiar face as Figaro, Maria Letizia as Susanna, Brittany Robinson as the Countess, Torleif Borstein as the Count, Emily Hoyman as Carabino, Sarah Purser as Marcellina, David Ward as Bartolo, Brent Doucette as Don Basilio, Anna Eschbach as Barbarina, and Chadley Ballantyne as Antonio. Also featuring members of the Opera Orlando Chorus and Youth Company, musicians from the Orlando Philharmonic Orchestra under the baton of Maestro Nicola Giusti, with stage direction by Mr. Robert New, costumes by Kim Wellborn, sets by Gabriel Preisser, hair and makeup by Georgie Eberhardt, lighting by John Whiteley with Michelle Engelman as stage manager. Whew. Now, to set the scene just a little bit, because it's kind of a convoluted, complex plot there, Figaro and Susanna have indeed, they got married. It's the day of their wedding. They just got married, but Figaro has caught wind that Susanna is planning to meet the Count in the garden after the wedding. And Figaro knows the Count wants to enact that old roi de seigneur, the right of the Lord, and sleep with Susanna the night of their wedding. Can you believe that? I mean, that's crazy. That is, I think that deserves a sound effect, but I just don't know which one to do. There it is. That's the right one. What Figaro does not know is that Susanna and the Countess have set up the Count and switched their cloaks to disguise themselves, so the Count actually ends up seducing, or trying to seduce, his own wife. Of course, Carabino, the page boy, has to get in the way at first. There are other hijinks that unfold along the way. Finally, the Count gets busted, and the big question at the end is, will the Countess forgive him? Well, we shall see. Sit back and enjoy the Act 4 finale of The Marriage of Figaro. Thank you for joining us today, and join us again next week with special guests from Orlando Health and Maker Effect Foundation. Stay safe, hang in there, and see you online at the opera.